The mug was still warm in my hands when the first tremor scraped across my spine. My daughter stood in front of me, too still, too poised, eyes soft in a way that didn't match the bitterness on my tongue. "Dad, drink this. Let's forget everything." Her voice trembled. Mine didn't. I took a slow sip, meeting her gaze the entire time. The taste was wrong, metallic, muddy, nothing like the coffee she used to brew when she was little. Still, I swallowed, because this was the moment I'd spent months preparing for. 5 minutes later, the heaviness hit. Not pain, just a strange numbness crawling through my limbs. Exactly what I expected, exactly what I needed. She thought she was the spider, but I'd been spinning the web long before she realized she was in it. There was a time I thought she was my miracle, my only child, my last thread of softness in a life that had hardened too early. I raised her alone after her mother left. I fed her, taught her, protected her. I believed loyalty was something inherited, but betrayal never comes from strangers. It's grown quietly, watered by influence, greed, and the wrong people whispering poison in her ears. Everything changed the day she started seeing him, the man who smiled too wide when he shook my hand, a man whose eyes flickered around my house like he was measuring the value of my life. I warned her. She called me paranoid. Love makes children blind. Manipulation does the rest. It began with missing documents, bank statements shuffled, keys moved, password reset emails I never requested. Little things, small enough to dismiss, until they weren't. The night I heard them whispering in the hallway, voices sharp, his urgent, hers conflicted, was the night the illusion cracked. "Just a signature," he murmured. "He'll never know." But I knew. And in that whisper, I felt something inside me turn cold. I didn't confront them. I didn't argue. I didn't ask why. Emotion clouds vision. I needed clarity. So I pretended. Calm, loving, oblivious. While they plotted to drain my accounts, transfer my property, erase me slowly, financially first, then socially, then physically if necessary. They underestimated the man who built everything from nothing. They mistook quiet for weakness. I hired a private digital investigator. I recorded conversations legally. I secured duplicate accounts, transferred assets, created alerts, filed quiet complaints, and installed silent cameras they never noticed. I built a fortress behind a smile. The numbness spreading through me wasn't poison. It was the mild sedative I switched into the jar a week earlier after discovering the herbal supplements her boyfriend bought for her, ones known for dangerous side effects if misused. I replaced them with harmless capsules identical in appearance. She never suspected a thing. And now, as the drug she thought she gave me failed to act, and the one I actually consumed slowed my pulse just enough to mimic distress, I saw panic flicker in her eyes. "Dad, are you okay?" I let my body slump. Her breath hitched. Her hands shook. Perfect. Right on cue, the front door burst open. Her boyfriend rushed in, eyes wide, pretending surprise, but I'd already sent the recorded evidence and financial documents to the police that morning. The officers were waiting around the corner. He froze when he saw my phone recording from the table. Her face drained of color. "You planned this," she whispered. "No, I prepared for this." The sirens arrived seconds later. He bolted for the back door. Rookie mistake. Officers pinned him before he reached the garden. My daughter, she didn't run. She just stood there, shaking, as the truth closed around her like a cage. The betrayal wasn't in the attempt to harm me. It was in how easily she let someone convince her that my death would solve her life. At the station, I told the truth with measured calm. She didn't touch me. She didn't know the full plan. She was manipulated, pressured, influenced. I didn't lie to save her. I told the truth to free myself. She was released but restricted. Mandatory counseling, distance orders from the boyfriend, monitoring. not punishment, consequences. Days later, she came to my door. No schemes this time, just tears she couldn't swallow. "Dad, why didn't you let me fall?" I looked at her, my daughter, my betrayer, and still the child I carried on my shoulders. "Because I needed you to see the edge," I said quietly, "not jump from it." She broke down. And for the first time in months, I felt something warm under the scar tissue. Trust once lost is never whole again. But justice has its own taste. Bittersweet, like bad coffee, like reconciliation brewed too late. And I drink it now, not with vengeance burning in my veins, but with a calm knowing I survived the people who thought they could end me. And that is the most satisfying revenge of all.